Hey there, it's Ruby Lee, and welcome to the Fix Your Grown Up podcast, the audio companion for the book Fix Your Grown Up, dropping on April 15th, 2025. This show is your toolkit for reclaiming your inner spark and transforming your life. Inside the book, you'll find powerful journaling sections in every chapter to help you reflect and reset, hilarious mental health parodies that keep things real and light, and the groundbreaking happy mindset theory to help you tune into your natural joy. If you love a structured approach with a dash of humor, think clear strategy mixed with some playful insights, you're in the right place. For more details and to grab your copy, head over to www.drtuepenz.com. Let's fix our grown-ups and get our happy
Yo,
on.
what's the deal? It's me, Dr. Tuepenz, one half of the Feelings Podcast, reporting live on the corner from the field for the Fix Your Grown Up Podcast, reporting live and direct from Birchville, New Jersey. Yeah, we switched the location on the haters. They thought they had to drop, but they had to stop. You know what I mean? Anyway, today we're going to continue talking about the book, Fix Your Grown Up. And if you haven't got your copy, you better get yours while supplies still last. And they're moving fast. So today we want to just talk about some of the chapters where we talk about setting goals and how setting goals help you map your future. And in chapter 3 and 4, we talk about goal setting and just utilizing different daily, weekly, monthly approaches to help you kind of guide yourself, you know, throughout the year, throughout the month, whatever the case may be, you know. But goals are something that give direction, and that's why goals matter. Goals give direction, and you know, without goals, we begin to get complacent. We begin to get too comfortable, and we don't move. I remember when I was working overnight a lot and not making a lot of money. I still had a family and responsibilities to deal with. I was working at Cracker Barrel, and this was like my third overnight job. And I just got fed up with it. And I said, I'm just going to have to make a change myself so I can do better. And so, you know, I talk about this in the book, Drew Brown's Guideline to Get Off the Sideline, one of my East Side Times bestsellers. But I talk about just, you know, how I was working overnight as a janitor. And I was cleaning the building, toilets and all, mopping the whole restaurant. And in between that, I did writing. I was writing resumes, working as a contract resume writer. And in between that, I was writing the first book I wrote, which was Slave Minds. And also, that's where I actually came up with the book, Drew Brown's Guideline to Get Off the Sideline, while I was at work at Cracker Barrel. Yeah, so, but again, I set goals and it helped me escape, you know what I'm saying, that work lifestyle. I be telling people, but they don't want to hear, so, you know, anyway. So, once you start creating these actionable goals, you want to break them down into visions, you know. You want to make them daily, weekly tasks. Because you got to be doing something. You got to be working toward it. So you want to I'm going back to the journaling, and I have the journals if you need them. But the book, the book does have the journal section in it as well, but not as detailed. It's some more of a like a quiz you journal type situation, but it still has space for you to be free. But it's really asking you questions about the chapter for your journaling experience. But yes, you can journal in the book, Fix Your Grown Up. That is in the book. That's another feature. And I'll talk about that in another time. But going back to the journaling, you know, I had a Living This for Everyone 72 days. Link in the description with the guided meditation series. That's fire. Stop playing. But going back to what I talk about with journaling, journaling helps you look at what you did, you know, all the thoughts that you had about it. And that's why I said, look at what you did, how you did it, you know, the outcomes, the results of what you did for the day. And then now you can start to measure your progress. You can start to actually see your day, see where you're going, you know, especially like I said, you know, I do it for the whole year, and I'll look at everything that I've done, everything that I did for the whole year. And I kind of reflect and just look at it and just be like, okay, this didn't serve me, that didn't serve me, but this did, this did, this did. So keep all that, get rid of all this. It's really simple, but you know, hey, sometimes simple ain't simple. So, you know, throughout the process, when you're setting your goals and you're trying to work towards those goals, doing those daily, weekly tasks to get, you know, to achieve a goal, whatever the case may be, you got to have, you know what I'm saying? That's why you got to break the, you know, everything down in the daily and weekly task. And don't look at the task as a chore or a burden, you know, look at them as the goal. That's the goal, is to complete these tasks. So when you start completing your tasks, you want to, you know, celebrate your small wins, just reflect on the obstacles and look at them as growth points that you have to overcome to get to where you're at right now, which is also helping you get closer to what? Your goals. Yeah, you guessed it. So, you know, and also just remember to be flexible. You know what I mean? If you got to make a switch, you know, you got to call an audible, do it. Don't get stuck in one spot and expect your pain to stop. Don't do it, because it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. So that's why I said, hey, you know, don't become complacent. Don't feel like, oh man, I did enough, I don't want to do no more. You know, I always say, if you want more, you must do more. That's the only way you're going to get to it. So, you know, with that said, I'm going to find me a Facebook comment, man. People been roasting on me this year. So, oh my God, that's the worst one. Look, somebody said, worry about those Dr. Seuss ass rhymes, and zero, count them up, zero reacts to all your posts. And they wasn't lying. I don't get a lot of action on Facebook like that. But, you know, I could take the abuse. I'm a man. I can tell you, let's see what else they got to say for me. Let's see what else they got to say for me. Everyone's going crazy on me. 1 week, man, they was going crazy on me. I couldn't even believe it. Yeah, man. That's why I just be talking just to see how people react. And then when I see, I'm like, I see. So these are just some of the recommendations. Nothing but a fake prophet and con artist. Run while you can. Smooth brain energy. Dude is an absolute clown. He isn't a doctor or an author. He's a fake with credentials. He's a fake with credentials. It says he thinks Rihanna deserved everything that happened to her, which I did not say. But I get it. You feel how you feel. But anyway, that's all I had for you. That's all I wanted to say today. One book to change one mind to change a generation. Be happy and live your life like a Mark Buster. I'm out this motherfucker. Peace.
Hey, it's Ruby Lee here. Now, go on, grab your crayons, hop on that swing, or hum your favorite childhood tune. But before you dive back into that pure, unfiltered joy, let's take a quick detour into what I like to call pop culture syndrome. If you find yourself swapping your childlike wonder for the latest viral dance challenge just to keep up with trends, listen up. You're letting all that digital noise drown out your own creativity. Remember, it's not about chasing hashtags, it's about reconnecting with your inner child and letting your true self shine. So let your inner child lead sometimes, not the next trending challenge. Stay joyful, stay playful, and keep that creative spark alive. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time on the Fix Your Grown Up podcast.
Getting rich in the hood, bro. $20 on pump 2. In 5 minutes, about to slide through.
Beating down the block, knocking pictures off the wall.
Pulled up to my granny's home. I'ma dream today, I bring a Grammy home. My loved ones, they rooting for me. My day ones, they shooting for me. Some day ones start moving funny.